Before you get very excited about the brand new cinematic mode, I want to show you this, and this. Apple announced the portrait mode feature back in 2016 for the first time, and it was not working well in some scenarios. So now, can we really use the cinematic mode as a professional tool for filmmaking? Hey, what's up? My name is Arthur Weiner, and I'm really happy and excited that Apple added this feature to begin with. Just the fact that we can achieve these results on a smartphone is mind-blowing. But the first thing that popped up in my mind was the portrait mode, and it was not so good on the iPhone 7 Plus. Yes, we can assume that it was 5 years ago, and now in 2021 Apple is ready for this new feature, but I think that this mode is more like a gimmick rather than a professional tool for filmmakers. I haven't tested this mode yet, and I will definitely do it on this channel once the iPhone 13 is released, but I've been doing filmmaking for the last 8 years, and the cinematic mode looks pretty controversial to me. For those of you who are not into filmmaking, see, if you want to get this shallow depth of field on a sensor and a lens this small, the only way you can do this is by using software and some hardware tricks, the computational photography, to create an illusion of shallow depth of field. And the illusion might seem great and highly realistic in a still image if shot right. We can still easily get some parts of an image blurred out when it's supposed to be sharp. And if you have curly hair, you probably think twice before using the portrait mode. And now let's imagine the same portrait mode improved and added not just to a single image, but 24 images per second, and the ability to move the focus spot through space. Sounds complicated, and I'm sure it is. Apple did a great job, but let's take a closer look at this shot. When he turns his head around, we can see that there's something wrong with the focus point. Sometimes it feels like it's all over the place, also the edge is blurry when the face is in focus, and vice versa. So I'm betting that with the cinematic mode, we'll see the same issues we have with the portrait mode. Once again, I think it's a great feature, but not for everyone. I want you to understand that the way this mode works is completely different from how a DSLR with a big lens works. Don't get confused here. When you move the focus ring, you know this rack focus technique, you are literally moving the focus spot through space. And at the moment, it's almost impossible to make this in a small device like iPhone. I guess one day in the future it will be possible and we'll never use big cameras anymore. Today is not that day, but we're definitely heading towards this goal. I mean, you can actually create the entire film on an iPhone. There are film festivals that accept films shot only on a smartphone. Fascinating stuff, but some features are in beta right now, and I think the cinematic mode is one of these features, at least for now. And it seems like they added this feature only to the wide-angle lens. We can't say for sure, but I feel like we're not gonna see this feature on the ultra-wide and the telephoto lens. Not to mention that they call this mode cinematic. Cinematic is not only about shallow depth of field, it's about the lighting, the talent, location, the overall language of cinema. You can't make your footage cinematic just by blowing out the background. But let's set the name aside, I believe it's just the beginning of something really big. So if you like the style with blurred edges and weird focus spots, then good for you, grab it and use it. Use it for fun? Yeah, of course. If you want to play around with this feature, creating the illusion of bokeh in your video, yeah, why not? But if you're like me and you want to get the realistic bokeh effect with the real aperture shapes where you can see these aperture blades, I think you won't be happy with the results and you will end up not using this feature at all, or in very exceptional cases. But the cinematic mode is not the only reason why you should buy the iPhone 13 or the iPhone 13 Pro. The entire event was very exciting for us filmmakers, and in general it felt like nothing really special. Most of the upgrades are very basic, but most of the cameras got upgrades. We needed the upgrade for the ultra-wide lens because it was not working well in low light, but now we have up to 92% improvement in low light and also the out of focus feature. I know it was a surprise for some people, but yes, we could not adjust focus on the ultra-wide lens before, and now we can, which is very exciting. We all love the ultra-wide look, and thanks Apple for upgrading this lens. I really can't wait to test this out. Talking about macro, I don't think this will be the everyday feature. I can see myself using it like 5% of the time. However, you can achieve amazing results that were not possible before without using any additional lenses that you place on top of the main lens. So we have more flexibility with macro, and that's a huge bonus. The details look way better, the dynamic range, the shakiness of the footage, amazing. It looks so good that I think it's now comparable to the pro level cameras, roughly speaking. And of course, the ProRes on the iPhone sounds like we can do a lot more with the image right now. Going back to the cinematic mode, to me it feels like I won't use this feature at all, or when I need just a tiny bit of shallow depth of field. I don't know about you, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Anyway, we'll see for sure once we have the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 13 Pro on our hands. I hope this video helped you to better shape your thoughts on the new feature, and if so, smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.